twice as normal daily number of them that have been shaken in the southern part of the state. In several weeks, there has been a writing reportedly about alarming seismic activity, and they're seeing it along the west coast. Many believe that it is potentially a megaquake, which is significantly higher than normal right now, unfortunately. And residents of California are paying close attention and to what's going on with that. If there is a major quake, they will be completely blindsided by it. Yeah. This is a major event. They will be completely blindsided by it. A magnitude 4.0 struck near Julian, California. Wednesday. Wednesday this happened. Immediately they got my attention. The quake then followed rapidly by several other ones, shaking at around 4:33 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. The 4.0 occurred nearly 10 miles beneath the Earth's surface, east of the Earthquake Valley Fault. Okay, so people listening in California will probably understand this. Active system. Southern California, Tumblr, originally had given a listing of 4.2. So they've been getting 4.2s, but those are relatively strong, but they're not strong enough. They're strong enough to shake buildings, but I don't think they're strong enough to do any extensive damage. Here's one. The Pope, once again, sticking his nose and thinking he's God, is doing this, folks. Believe this or not, the Pope has a desire to change the words of the Lord's Prayer. You can't do that. You can't do this. The Pope is changing the words of the Lord's Prayer. You can't do this. He wants to do it. An interpretation of Our Father, best known prayer in Christianity, the pontiff said in the Roman Catholic Church would adopt a better translation of the phrase, lead us not into temptation. In the Italian version of the Lord's Prayer, he stated that a current phrasing, which is the same in English and many other languages, suggests that it is God that has chosen to lead us into temptation or not. And he said that's not a good translation, because it speaks of a God who induces temptation. The Pope said in a television interview Wednesday night, Francis said that the Catholic Church in France has opted for different phrasings which worked around this particular issue. The French translation uses the phrase, do not let us fall into temptation, as an alternative, which the Pope says implies that the fault would be human. Okay, I can understand that, but does that give him the right to do that? Really, the Lord's Prayer started by Jesus Christ himself when he was on earth. When you go into the Bible, that would probably be the book of John. He taught his apostles to pray. The Lord's Prayer. The Pope can't do this. And should not have the right to do this. What gives him the right to do this? Because I see this as, I'm not saying blasphemy, so to speak, but I have to wonder if changing the words to the Lord's Prayer is making him think he's God or something. Okay? I mean, it's just something that, baffles the brain. Okay? It really does. This man is taking it onto himself to think he's Christ. I mean, that's just all there is to it. To actually sit there and say that he could change the Lord's Prayer somehow there's something wrong with this. Okay, absolutely something wrong with this. Literally, I agree that there's something wrong with this whole thing. Okay, because you just don't play around with this kind of stuff. That is not correct. I don't know. You be the judge. Lines are open. I'm gonna be. I got my Skype open, by the way. You can call me on Skype, Gary.Russin. And you can also contact me on my Spreaker Public site by sending me a live message in the chat room. You could do that too. Okay? You're welcome to do it either way. And if you follow me on Facebook, you can just call me on Messenger, and I will talk to you live on the air, and we'll chat about this story, because it's kind of an interesting one indeed. All right? Okay, not much news today, and we'll keep up with news. And I'm going to... I want to see where I am here. Now. Okay, I want to go back into Facebook here. Find another news story. Okay. Alright. Here's one. The U.S. deploys nuke sniffers in North Korea. We'll do this story, and then we'll kind of get into the weather and the news. I think I have something there too, but we're going to kind of go through that. But North Korea may be about to detonate a nuclear bomb as the U.S. has deployed its nuke sniffer spy plane, nuclear explosion tracker. Constant Phoenix has gone airborne to amid a missile feud between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. The war looms as 230 U.S. jets and around 12,000 soldiers carrying out drills on the Korean Peninsula. North Korea has warned drills puts the world at the brink of nuclear war. He warned that it will not hide from conflict, and with the U.S. Constant Phoenix, and also deployed region multiple times this year to monitor Kim. Dozens of missiles have already been fired, and a hydrogen bomb also detonated by North Korea this year. And in his worsening feud with Trump, the spy plane also takes to the air when there are growing fears of a nuclear blast. Earlier this year, flying over Europe, and investigated a radiation cloud. So they're going to investigate some kind of radiation cloud. We'll keep an eye on this one. And all this and many more, you got Way Out There on GJRB Online. I'm Gary J. Russin here on Spreaker across America. Glad you could be with me today. We got more Way Out There and more stuff here. Weather on the 5s coming up. And we'll also see, I don't know, I have some weather in the news, but I think most of the weather in the news dealing with, we have some storm weather coming. Matter of fact, here in Iowa, we're expecting a dusting of snow, I think tonight into tomorrow morning. We'll be talking about that. Whole lot more. You're listening to Way Out There on GJRB. We'll be right back.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between, like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland.
Watch. Pray. For we not know what hour the sun will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, end-time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org.
You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy.
America's True Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too.
At a brand new time, every third Saturday at 12 noon Central on GJRB. The Christmas lights are on and the music is playing for another bright holiday of programming. Join GJRB again this year for the best in holiday internet entertainment. From all-time Christmas favorites to classic radio programs from the golden days of radio, GJRB will keep you entertained with the best of the holidays. More American Christmas jukebox shows, the annual running of Campbell's Playhouse with Orson Welles and the radio version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, starring Lionel Barrymore as Scrooge, along with Christmas episodes of your favorite classic radio shows. Then, New Year's brings you another Gary Russin Year-End Review Show, remembering the best of the Gary Russin program in 2017. I'll be bringing you the best clips of GRP from January to December.
Now, going on GJRB.
Suicide's increasing among the youth, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them, help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. Your call will be answered by a trained counselor in a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the And there you go, the Christmas generator getting us back in with a great piece there. I like that. And you're listening to Way Out There on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. And we're just having a good time talking here and getting things started on a strange show, kind of, so to speak. And this is a freestyle show. And that means anything can happen, and it usually does, like me forgetting to go off the other mixer and get this one going. It's screwing myself up in time, but that's all right. We're going to work that out. We got a lot of really things coming up here, so I hope you'll stay with me, and we're going to get into stuff. I got weather on the fives right now, so let's do that and see what's going on nationwide weather. And taking a look at that, continually gusty winds and very dangerous fire conditions continue across Southern California as their red flag and high wind warnings remain in effect. And they're spreading like about 3 sets of fires, isn't it? Something like that. Terrible. Strong cold front now going through. Winter weather in South Texas, across parts of deep south and southern Appalachians today. Snow will move into the mid-Atlantic parts and northeast in New England this weekend. And that includes us too. We're going to be getting some snow. We're going to get a dusting of it, apparently, from what I understand. Tonight, I think tomorrow morning, we're supposed to get a dusting of snow in this area. We'll keep you on top of that. Weather on the 5s at 25 and 55 minutes past the hour on GJRB Online. We'll give you a look at your weather in different parts of the country throughout the afternoon here on Way Out There, here on GJRB Online. I'm glad you could be with me today for the best in Internet Talk Radio. And this is GJRB Online here on Spreaker. Thanks for tuning in and listening to our show today. Got a lot happening, so stick around. We'll be on the air this afternoon and getting a chance to talk at you about different topics and just kind of having fun. So I hope you'll stay with me today. Way out there, the strange, the bizarre, the unusual, the things that go bump in the night. All this afternoon here on GJRB. And we're going to have Strange But True coming up. And we'll talk about that. Got a lot of weird things going on. And a lot of interesting stories. It's Strange But True. So we got a really good show lined up. So I hope you'll stay with me for all the weird, bizarre happenings of the Way Out There show today here on GJRB. Because it just gets crazier by the minute, folks. Gotta tell you. I mean, just nuts all the way. But, it's just the fun of it all. And that's what makes it great. I want to stick around. We've got a lot coming up, so I hope you'll stay with me for the Way Out There show. And, strange, the bizarre, the unusual, all coming up here in just moments here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And just because I just love talking at you and getting a chance to get your conversation in here if you want to talk more about let's see. Well, I don't want that yet. I want to continue talking. I've got a lot more coming up in the next half hour. And don't forget, this is Freestyle Friday, Anything Can Happen Day. As always, all Fridays are free. No off the log, off the off anything. Just plain old fun here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, across the internet. And talking at you about all kinds of stuff. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be on the air just for a couple hours and do the Gary Russin Program Extra. Just going to talk a lot about what's going on in the news and stuff, especially these sex scandals and stuff. So you're going to want to check that out. We got a great show lined up for you today. And don't forget, it's Friday, and that means on Friday, news is even reduced on our freestyle show. We do the Gary Russin Program Freestyle Friday. We do not do news at the top of the hour. We only do one newscast at the top of the hour, and then the rest is late breaking news and news when we get it. News headlines is updates, and pretty much that's it. Okay, that's pretty much how we do things here on Way Out There. Here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, across America. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be right back. I got more coming up next your way on Way Out There, here on GJRB. Thanks a lot for tuning in and staying with me on the show today. Got a lot happening here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And if you want to be part of the show, you're welcome to do so. Love to hear from you. Okay? And we can really have a good time talking about some of the strange stuff going on across the nation. So stay with me. I got Strange But True coming up and a whole lot more up next on Way Out There on GJRB. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website purely devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online is up and coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzz driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You could kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says, "I'm a catch," more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
The Christmas lights are on and the music is playing for another bright holiday of programming. This year, more Christmas music with American Christmas Jukebox and more shows and more of your favorite Christmas classics. Christmas service from Christian Community Fellowship Church. Classic radio with a Christmas Carol starring Lionel Barrymore as Scrooge from a CBS Campbell's Playhouse with Orson Welles from Christmas Eve 1939. It's a bright holiday to remember.
Now, going on GJRB.
You're listening to Way Out There on GJRB Online. If you like to talk to Gary on Skype, at Gary.Russin. If you don't want to get on the radio, you can contact Gary via the chat room on the GJRB public site by clicking the comic book icon on the GJRB widget. And now, back to Way Out There on GJRB.
And we're back on GJRB Online. Now I like to play that since I started playing it. It's fabulous. The Christmas Generator, and great piece of music there. Your version of the Carol of the Bells. Great stuff. Glad you could be with me. Welcome aboard. Gary J. Russell with you on Way Out There on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. This is where we talk dude's crazy stuff. You're welcome to be part of it, and I like to have you part of it. Way Out There on GJRB Online on Spreaker. And this is where it happens. This is where it's going on. So I hope you'll stay with me throughout the afternoon for the best in internet radio on Spreaker here on GJRB Online. And we're going to be continuing our show and getting a chance for you to be part of it. And I'm going to be doing something a little different this afternoon. I'm going to be taking a break here in just a little bit again, and then we're going to be back on and got some more stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to let this run out, and then I'm going to take a quick break again. Actually, why don't we do this? Let's let this run at 17 minutes and 56 seconds, and then we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, I will do strange news, okay? Strange but true. I'm going to do it that way. Maybe I'm going to postpone strange but true till after 3 o'clock, and we're going to kind of let this run its break, okay? Then we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go at the top of the hour. We'll be back on it. We're going to take a break and we're going to, for briefly, and then we're going to be back on around 3 o'clock, and we'll be back with more Way Out There. Okay, so what was that? Okay, 17. I'm going to say 17 minutes. So, I'm going to say we're going to stay on till like about 10 till. And then we're going to take a break about 10 till. And then we're going to come back at 3 o'clock. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. And then we're going to come back and we'll continue Way Out There here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Take a 10-minute break, and then we'll be right back. I got more coming up, and we'll have a good time doing Way Out There. The strange, the bizarre, the unusual, the things that go bump in the night. I got some really neat stuff, so I hope you'll stay with me this afternoon on Way Out There here on GJRB. Here in Clinton, Iowa, on the FM, 88.9 megahertz on the FM band, and all over the internet, wherever you may be listening. And I'm glad you could be with me today, bringing you the best in internet broadcasting. So we got a lot coming up, and in the next hour. So, like I said, 10-minute break, and then we'll be right back. And so, in the meantime, why don't we start our Strange, but I wasn't ready with Strange but True yet. So, with that in mind, I'm going to set those up, and we'll do those next hour. Meanwhile, thinking about kind of seeing what is going on on the social sites, and do that for a while. Okay, we're going to do the social sites. And then we'll kind of let this wean out. And then we'll come back on. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to let this wean out, and then we'll come back on at the top of the hour. But anyway, I'm going to see what's going on as we do scroll through social media and see what's going on there and along some social sites as well. We're going to spread this show around and see who's out there today. And maybe we can get some audience. That's what I'm looking to do. So I'm going to kind of push on through here and find some people. So I'm going to go all over the internet and find you out there and see who might be out there listening today to Way Out There here on GJRB Online. Let's see. I did not want that. Okay, I want to do something else. I want to flip over to Google Plus. That's where I wanted to go. Okay. Google Plus, and I'm going to put it there. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright. It takes a while to get up here, you know. I think when I'm on the air and I'm doing internet here, it sometimes runs a little pokey. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to post that. There we go. Our show is available right now on Google Plus. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to my main site. And I usually do this. I usually go on GJRB Online, and then I'll take this show and put it on Pinterest, which I don't think I'm signed in on Pinterest yet, but I'm going to go in there and do it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to pop here on Pinterest. Okay, don't look like I'm signed in yet there. No, I'm not. So I'm going to continue as myself on Facebook. And I usually do this, and then it goes in. Okay, going to be picky about it now. Going to do it again. Sometimes it doesn't like me. Okay, it looks like it's there. What I do then is I go ahead and I take this show and then I post it right there on GJRB Online. We're now on the GJRB Online board. We're on the GJRB Online board right here on the GJRB Internet Radio on Pinterest. So it's there, and we're going to put it on under Way Out There as well, as a matter of fact. Why don't I do that as well? I'm going to go ahead and save it to Way Out There, which is the name of this program, so that we can aim at that audience, pretty much. Okay, let me see here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So Way Out There is now here. Okay, that'll take me to wherever. Okay, Pinterest. All right. Visit. Okay, it takes me right to the Way Out There page. So anybody who's now listening through Pinterest will get to hear our show, because I'll have that rigged that way. So there you go. Fantastico, right? Lovely. Marvelous. Splendid, absolutely splendiferous. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. How about stay with me today? Coming up next hour, we're going to talk a little bit about those strange booms that people have been hearing. It seems like it's in different... You know, I think that explains what I said before about the fact that everybody hears these booms but me. Why don't I hear them in Clinton? I don't think these maneuvers are over Clinton, Iowa. And I think that's the reason why I'm not hearing them. Okay, because I think that reinforces the theory my theory that there's exercises going on in which the military is using supersonic jets. And that is why that's why the military is using some kind of supersonic jets, and they're only flying in over certain states, like Wyoming, the West, mostly. I'm thinking maybe that's it. More than likely. There's a lot of reasons for it. So we're going to talk about that. And a whole lot more. And I'm going to take a break right now. I'm going to take a 10-minute break in about 4 minutes. And then we're going to return. I got more really neat stuff coming up in the next hour of Way Out There. We'll also be doing a thing with Linda Moulton Howe, but also we're going to do a scroll through social media some more and find strange stories. And we'll top the show off, of course, at the end by giving you the guest lineup on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. So tune in for that. And I'm having people check for me about that thing I want to do on near-death experiences. So I've got Rachel Ozzie Jarvis looking for me, and a few other people may be looking for me to see if we can get guests lined up to do a show on near-death experiences. And that'll be a free-form show. Free-form all the way. So hope you'll tune in for that here on GJRB Online. And I'm Gary J. Rustin. Hope you're enjoying the program. We call this show Way Out There, the strange, the bizarre, the unusual. And we got a lot coming up next here on GJRB Online. And let's see, spaceship. I need my spaceship theme. Okay, I need to go in there and get that so we can get out of that break. Okay, so we're going to do that right now, spaceship theme. And we're going to go do our break right now. Okay, so let's see. Where is that? Where's my music? I need spaceship. Brain. Here it is. Okay, here we go. So I need that now so we can go ahead and take that break. And we'll be right back. I got more Way Out There coming up for you here on GJRB. Stand by. Back in about 10 minutes with more on GJRB Online.